Very rumple.
And Coke.
Of course.
Don't get me a Snapple.
Prepare yourselves, fools. This program contains graphic language like fuck, shit, and cunt. It also contains discussions about violence and graphic descriptions of gore, such as cunt punning a dead nun while the entrails and blood splatter your face in your new shirt. I digress. This show is for adults, so dispose of your children as you see fit. Now silence and enjoy the show.
Bigfoot, undisputedly the world's most entertaining cryptid. Join Reverend Jeff Kelly and your old pal Wes as they discuss the best and worst the media has to offer. Movies, books, TV shows, commercials, all on Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly.
That's right, bitches. Shriek of the Mutilated on tonight's Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. I am one of the hosts of this mess. Hi there. I am the Reverend Jeff Kelly. That's right. Your transportal guide through this netherworld of Bigfoot entertainment. And his big hairy pussy himself, Sir Leslie Lalsner of Lounge. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, everybody?
That's right. We are talking about Shriek of the Mutilated. I think I've seen this one before we've done this one. Hey, don't forget to go over to facebook.com/Angels Dust Seasoning and get you some of that good Angels Dust. That's right. Get it dusted on everything. Your pork, your chicken, your beef. It doesn't matter.
Lady's ass.
You'll love it any way you can get it on Angel's Dust Seasoning. All right, Wesley. So we're sitting here yesterday going, all right, we got to watch something. What are we going to watch, Wes? I pestered him for like 2 days.
Dug deep.
And finally, he sends me the link of Shriek of the Mutilated. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So here we are, my man. Let's get into it.
All right, so if you went to any link or whatever, the only link I found, it instantly starts off with a dude getting his head chopped off and then fucking going into this black kind of like negative.
Couldn't even see what the hell was going on. Yeah, it was horrible.
I'm talking like chopped head real quick, fucking falls into a lake, and then you're just like, boom, it goes black negative, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? You know, like there's no words. You know, and so it just fucking goes off into that, and then you know you're seeing like the negative footage of like something hairy walking, you know, like as I kind of put it together, you could see it, and it like fucking got a bird and was like rawr to a bird.
Well, I couldn't see shit. I tried too. I had it up on the big screen and everything, man. I couldn't see shit. I just saw a bunch of whatever the hell it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. But then, so the next scene, well, the first scene that you really get is a guy giving like a presentation on the Yeti to what I'm guessing is a class. I'm guessing he's a professor. I don't know what the fuck the guy was really. I'm thinking he's a professor.
Yeah, some kind of an educator of sorts.
Yeah. So then he tells some guy to hold back, and like you think you're gonna see this, you know, like what they're talking about and shit like that, but like really he just ends up in the next scene anyways, and there's nothing about it,
right?
You know, like
there was a lot of scenes of this that just made no sense whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no, seriously. And then so the next is like the only way I could describe it is like the intermission on Austin Powers, where it was just a whole bunch of people dancing. But
yeah, that's exactly what I was like. When did the Spy Who Shagged Me came on? Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're dealing with a shag squatch. So,
Yeah.
but so yeah, so these people are dancing like 1970s style, you know, and it's like a little hipster party scene, you know. You see
Those
little
were beatniks. Those were
people
not
like
hippies. Those were beatniks.
beatniks.
Dean Cooper will be able to tell you the difference between a hippie and a beatnik.
Beatnik.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, excellent. They're not all hippies, you know. There were beatniks too.
Fucking beatniks, bruh. So the fucking
Dobie Gillis was a beatnik. He was not a hippie. He was a beatnik.
A beatnik. I'm gonna start calling people beatniks.
Probably get beat up for it, but go for it.
Oh, why? Is it a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's like calling somebody a hippie. It's not you dirty beatnik, you dirty hippie.
You know, I mean, I
beatniks
feel
were
like
before
it's
the
no
hippies,
different
that's
than
right.
calling someone Darrumple.
But they persisted after the hippies as well. Yeah, don't call him Jack Dalrymple, that jackass in North Dakota.
But yeah, so the teacher, that professor guy or whatever that had that presentation, he ends up having that guy that he held back to dinner with them. And they're having this weird dinner, right? And he's like a douchebag. You know, the way he's talking, like he's like, oh, we're so special, blah, 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 blah.
I think you're going to be one of the most prospective new students I've ever seen before. Here, allow me to order for you. It's in French, and I know French, and you don't. The chef here makes a special dish just for us old-timers. Garçon, tell the chef I'll have my usual 2 portions, please. It's like, please bring me a hard-boiled egg. Go fuck yourself, fat man. Anyhow, yeah, it was a very, very creepy scene. That I had a feeling when dude was like, "This is good. Yeah, this is real good, sir. What is it? It's and he gave it some bullshit name, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
they call
number
one.
They call him out on that later too. They're like, I thought that's Oriental. That's not, you know. Yeah. So from there, they're back at the party, the hipster party. However, it's now slowed down
to the crazy drunk guy.
Yeah, it's not a beatnik party anymore. Things got serious. Everybody's
they got the doobies out, man. Everybody's high. And people are like high for the first time.
And then this guy shows up, and he's just clearly, I mean, he's going to be a problem from the fucking second you see him walk in the door. You're just like, okay, this guy's going to fucking
Bitch is like, who invited them?
Yeah.
And the other girl's like, oh, they can't be that bad. Who are they? It'd be like if Manson walked in
that
the
fucking
room.
redhead was throwing herself at everybody. That fucking
oh my god, with the big glasses, with the big octagon glasses.
Every fucking guy out there, she was like walking to him like her legs were out, like coming at him like fucking.
She had a for rent sign on her vagina that stuck out of her pants, man.
Man, it was bad, like the whole fucking time. But yeah, so fucking. This dude's at the party, and the next thing you know, like he just fucking has a spaz attack and starts wigging out.
I'm not having a scene. I'm not having an episode. You don't know. You weren't there. Let me tell you about what happened out there. And then all these high people are like staring at the drunk guy in the corner telling the story. Wow.
But, yeah, and that's what he does. He ends up telling the story about this beast. And like this monster that he saw and what happened, and his friends were killed and no one believed him. And then this is the funny, because I put this in my notes. You're going through this crowd, right? You're going through this crowd, and everyone's got this stone, stupid, sad, scared look on their face, like, oh, like holy shit, a monster. And then, like, everyone's scared looking, and then they just cut.
You gotta remember, this is 74, so there's a guy with a camera. Okay, act strangely scared. Whatever that is to you, just act it.
Yeah.
Okay, and go.
And so there's all these people are like scared, sad, and you just, like they just got this serious look. But then they cut to this broad, and she's just got this like. I damn near spit my drink out. Because it was just like. I was like, oh my god, like this whole.
It was like she figured out where the on button for the vibrator was.
She was just like,
hey.
She took the other kind of drug that the guys in the back room were doing. Like she's just lost. She thought it was story time. She sat down and it was like.
And when some people have a bad trip, they're listening to a good story, but it turns bad for them in their mind. She's having a reverse, so the Scary Yeti story is like a fluffy bunny story in her mind. So she's just like,
She looked like she just fucking saw El Dorado.
Where white women at?
Oh man, it was so funny. That was a funny scene, and it was so supposed to be serious. But then, holy fuck. Okay, now I watched this. My room, like when I got the blinds closed, it's dark as fuck in here, even if it's daylight outside, right? Now I'm watching this on a big fucking 60-inch screen, and then the next scene, it's from dark. Right, that party scene was dark, the lighting and everything. It wasn't really bright. The next scene is like ultra negative on the fucking film. I don't know what the fuck that edit was, but it's just all bright fucking white. The next scene,
it was like, wow, how much light did they have in there? They're like, hey, on the last scene, it was a little dark. Do you think we can add a few more lights to brighten it up in here? Sure, Bob. Hey, go get that floodlight out of your uncle's van.
All right, let's not even fade this in. Just
nope, just there you go. There was no such thing as color editing back there.
It blew me back. I had to go back, close my eyes, like, oh wow, and I had to adjust. But yeah, so the reenactment is fucking blinding. So fucking skip past that if you watch this movie. I don't know when. Just after you see that bitch smiling, just kind of fast forward it until you fucking get to where the party's over and people are.
And then I woke up in some infirmary somewhere.
Yeah. So then, okay, now, so the party's over. All right. Now we're gonna get into now I'm like, all right, cool. This guy's been talking about the Yeti. There's like this creepiness going on. These party hipster fucking. What'd you call them? Benedicts?
Benedict, no, beatniks.
Beatniks. These fucking beatniks are fucking, jazzing out. And fucking, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, but then you're like, damn, shit gets serious in this next scene because they get home from the party, right? The teacher that spazzes out. He goes and fucking, he's like, taking his shit out of his pockets and everything, and then the broad like says something to him, and then he just fucking grabs a fucking turkey carving knife.
No. He grabbed a bottle. He would look for a bottle. He found a bottle underneath the sink, and he opened up a fresh bottle of whiskey, and she slapped it out of his hands, and it broke.
Yeah.
And dude grabbed the Ginsu. Yeah, he grabbed the Ginsu carving knife and went at her with
fucking slits her throat. All right, and then she falls down.
Finds a beer.
He finds a beer and he goes and gets in the bathtub and he starts like rubbing soap on his fucking bloody sleeve of his shirt. So then he's like kind of drunk and passing out, right? This chick then is not dead yet. Is bleeding out of her throat.
She knows she's not going to live. She knows for sure she's on her way out.
She's
crawling. And the last thing she does is commits murder.
Toaster.
Yeah, with a fucking toaster.
She's crawling with this toaster. And she gets to the fucking bathtub and fucking just drops it in and just electrocutes the fuck out of this guy.
Oh, no. She had to plug that fucker in first.
Yeah,
Still
well,
losing
still.
blood out everywhere. She plugged that fucker in and then pushed it into the damn tub.
Yeah. Man.
Murder.
should've-
Is that a double murder? Because you can't call that a murder-suicide because neither one of them committed suicide.
Well, one was self-defense, you would think, or revenge. I don't know. That'd be a double dare rumble.
Murder. He's a double dare rumble. There you have it, folks. It's a double dare rumble by your old pal Wes.
That's what you call it when they do that. Yep. Makes sense. So right after that, they go over the kids are on this fucking journey now. All right, they're leaving. They didn't really fucking. They kind of just rushed through that and fucking said, "All right, we're in the van. We're on our way now." So they get to this like bridge where they have to like put a key, and to get over this huge fucking bridge, and they get across, and the dude's hooking the sign up, and it says private property and everything like that. So they get to this little compound, and that's when they meet this fucking guy, Lord Fancy Boots.
Lord Fancy Boots. Da-da-da-da.
And he comes
Hello,
out,
everyone. Welcome to
mustache.
my lair. I'm glad you all are here. Please grab your stuff and come inside. It was literally like being invited into Dracula's castle. It was like, that's when I look at you, Wes, and go, buddy, I love you, but I think I'm going to set my hammock up out here. I just don't think I need to go up inside that creepy-ass place with Lord Fancy Boots. You give a yell if you need some help, but I'm going to be out here in the woods right quick, just hanging up in the hammock, because I ain't going with Lord Fancy Boots. He's either going to try to country or or other bad things are going to happen.
Yeah. So, but that guy, Lord Fancy Boots tells the professor troll guy, whatever the fuck, that his Yeti still waits for him. So then you get this scene where this dude's like playing guitar right next to a stuffed armadillo.
I was like, what the fuck? Playing bad guitar. I was like, when they jumped out of the truck and the dude had a guitar, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have sing-along time. I like guitar sing-along time. It's usually trying to get some pussy. But apparently, no, that wasn't meant to be, because we got this one bad moment of guitar playing, and then that's it. I was like, boo.
Yeah. So this chick goes wandering off on her own, and she ends up she's hearing this thump 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 thump, and then so she gets up and she finds this fucking huge fucking Indian guy. Well, not Indian, but like a guy like Lou Ferrigno dressed as an Indian, and he's got this like fucking flyboy fucking look on his face. If you guys out there fucking early Dawn of the Dead fans, he's like the whole time. Fucking the Indian dude was funny, and they fucking his name was Laughing Crow. And what's it called?
Yeah, Laughing Crow.
So then fucking Lord Fancy Boots comes out, and he goes, "Oh, that's just my Indian Lord Laughing Crow or whatever the fuck." And it's just like he's fucking like this like zombie fucking talking and shit. It was just super fucking weird. And then so like even dude's all, "Oh, you must be fucking Laughing Crow. Is dinner ready?" Okay, like that shit was so dumb. Like I was like, all right. So the fucking dude walks away, and so they started questioning fucking Lord Fancy Boots about his
Lord Fancy Boots.
Yeah, like what he saw, or heard or whatever. So he has this like flashback reenactment of this fucking like shag fur monkey squatch that he saw, which is like seriously
Monkey
like
squatch.
2 sheets of shag fur and like kind of just like stapled them around the arms of like the person, and then stapled them around the legs, and just kind of like just a square of shag fur, and then they put on like a Hulk Hogan wig with fucking vampire teeth. And the guy had a beard, you know, so it was like that was their fucking costume and shit. Hey, you do what you got to do. I get it, you know, but it looked like a fucking like one of the fucking
This is another
Teletubbies
one of
out
those
there
cases
dancing.
where the director's going, Jimmy, no, we can still see it too good. Blur the camera a little more.
Yeah.
A little more. Not quite. I mean, really blur that motherfucker, Jimmy. We can still see him. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now we got it. All right, action.
Yeah, so fucking the next morning they go off to find the Yeti. They're out there, and so this chick makes coffee and she hands, you know, it to this guy who's like a douchebag the whole movie. I don't know who the fuck he was. He hands it, and he takes a drink, spits it out, throws the cup. He's like, shit, you know, he just fucking walks off.
That's just garbage tasting,
I'm
bitch.
gonna
Ain't
go
got
get
no...
a deer. Fuck eating that fucking whatever you would call it. Did anybody figure out that fucking puzzle? So the dude goes off to hunt and catch himself a deer and whatever the fuck. So he goes and he finds like this old mine or quarry or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what the hell happened. But then that fucking shag carpet fucking stapled car looking thing I told you about comes out and fucking attacks that dude. And like fucking just gives them the, like they're taking like this fucking like, I don't know what the fuck it was, like a fucking old dog paw or something, and fucking smacking the dude in the face, like and then squirted him with some ketchup, and then fucking like died and shit, right? So they take turns that night waiting for the guy to come back because they don't know he's gone. They're like shooting a gun off every 30 minutes or some bullshit.
Well, if I were lost in the woods, I would thank you for that. At least I'd know what direction to come find you in.
Yeah, but most people run away from gunshots, is all I'm saying.
Well, if
that guy's not from around there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like if I'm out in the woods and I'm obviously not from those woods, I'm not just go walking towards fucking fire. But hey, you know, what do I know? But so after they take turns and everything, fucking. The chick thinks she's seeing the shag Yeti, and she actually was, but then she's like wiping her eyes, like, "Am I fucking dreaming?" Like, because it looks like a guy with carpet stapled around him. Like, you know, like she probably was the only one with good eyes, so that's why she was like, "This is unbelievable. That's what Bigfoot looks like." Because she wasn't having it and shit. So. After that, there's that fucking creepy scene where the redhead broad is alone with fucking Sir Fancy Boots.
Oh, dude!
And he's like touching her and like you know, like he's like
stroking her and like
and just
like
takes her
almost
glasses
like
off.
Is she a big fat person? I was like Buffalo Billing her, man. It's like sizing her up, like that's gonna be tasty. I can't wait to have some of your neck, girl. Do you know what neck does to me?
Cheeks give me gas.
Buttocks is the strongest part of the females.
So the next scene after this creepy scene, two men. Okay, these 2 men are out here in the woods. Yeah, because the other dude's fucking got dairy rumpled already. But yeah, so these 2 men fucking.
We use that.
So these 2 men send this little broad to go up to the fucking quarry where dude was murdered by herself.
Yeah,
Well,
Why don't you go up there and check it out
stand
for us,
guard,
honey?
and
Report
I'm gonna
back.
walk over this way.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. You know, like
Yeah, you just look over there and don't look back over here, and everything will be okay.
yeah. So fucking, she goes up there. She finds the dude's leg after finding his gun, and like fucking, she like screams and runs, and then there's that scene with fucking the redhead and the creepy fucking fancy boots again, but then fucking he's like, no, this is gonna be a three-way. Come on in, fucking Laughing Crow. And Laughing
come
Crow
on in,
comes
Laughing
and sits all next to her and shit.
Hey, Laughing Crow, tell me, don't her neck look sexy?
Yeah.
Sexy. Mhm.
So then the fucking redhead goes out into whatever the fuck that thing was. I think they called it the barn.
It was like a root cellar. They were definitely growing something.
Yeah, there was plants in there. And
It was probably a rooting cellar or a
I don't know
greenhouse.
what the fuck. She goes in there, she screams. You don't see what she's screaming at. She runs out, and like she's like running, and like she gets her foot stuck in a rock, and she could have like easily just kind of like backed up and got herself out of that fucking. But instead, she leaps forward some more and then starts wriggling and screaming. And by then, she's already getting chewed on. It's like, how the fuck? You're not even like, I'm like, you what the? I
You
can't even
wanna be
fucking
stuck.
speak. I was just like, oh my god, like how dumb can you fucking be? Like, come on, like. I feel bad because like it's like damn, it's always the redhead that fucking really is like to get fucked up the worst idiotic way.
All right, hey, this is a good spot to stop.
Redheads are going to die fucked up. All right, this is a great
That's
time
right.
to stop. Let's say hi to
Let's say
everybody.
hello to everybody out there in the podcast chat room. Yeah, that's what's happening. Sam Rivera, I see he's in there. James the Growers checked back in. Hey, glad you returned. We're glad to be what you're looking for. That's right. Somebody obviously led Dave Jackson here by the penis because he's here on time. Starshine, how you doing?
Star.
Rock City Marco,
Rock
how you
City.
doing? Our moderator and quasi-terrorist, Mr. Dean Cooper. I can't poop in strange places. That's right. Oh, let's see here. The James Dalrymple, not related to Jack the Dick. I need a Dalrymple and Coke. That's right. I don't think that's actually close. Daryl, my pimple. I can't. Wow, Stuart Wright, how you doing? There's, oh God, Wyatola from Rockarola. That's right. How you doing? That's right. Kush Tiger's out there as well.
Oh man,
There's
two cool things, Kush and Tigers.
Ian, how you doing, buddy? It's like a mean Japanese guy. There's who else is out there? I know there's more people out there because I saw.
Did you say hi to Dave
earlier.
Jackson? Did he make it? Did someone?
I'm pretty sure I did. Somebody must have let him right here by the penis, I'm sure. Oh God.
It was
Hakta Peter. How you doing, man? Peter.
Hey, Peter.
I'm sure Hakta is probably the last name. The B is most likely silent. I'm taking a real wild guess at that one. Rodney Dupree in the place to
in the
be.
motherfucking place to be.
That's right. Harry and the Henderson. That was a badass painting. Let's see here. I know there's.
I ate all my Bigfoot candy.
Your Bigfoot candy is gone. Yummy. I know there's your Hobo Man 5. How you doing? What has happened to your Hobo Man 1 through 4?
They were replaced. It's like a computer system. When one dies, the other is reborn.
When one head dies, 2 take its place. Let's see here. Who else is floating around out here? I know there's more people because I saw them earlier and I don't want to miss them.
Jackson
Andy
Dave.
Tish, how you doing, buddy? Jeremy Mitchell, he's out there as well. Jeremy Mitchell is not a Dalrymple.
Dalrymple.
Is it
Dalrymple.
cool to be a Dalrymple? I'm not real sure if it's cool to be a Dalrymple or not. I've never openly been a Dalrymple in public, but behind closed doors, I may have Dalrympled a time or two. Collier, Wilmas, how you doing, buddy? Sasquatch, Bass of the Forest.
Collier.
Hi, my name's Forrest Crab.
Forest
People call me
Crab.
Forrest Crab. That's right. Forrest Crab sounds like a freaking Amazon STD.
Yeah.
I got the Forest Crab. Man, they make a cream for that. And I think that might be.
No, but they don't. They swim in that shit because they're from the forest.
Yeah, but they gotta be careful because that stuff swims right up the pee hole, man.
I heard
Right up the pee hole, dude. Like if you ain't careful, it'll swim right up the pee hole. Yeah, imagine that. Right up the pee hole. Well, that's who's hanging out there tonight. Thanks everybody for watching live. Let's get back to redheads are all crazy and batshit nuts, stuck on a rock.
That's that they are. Yep. So then, fucking after that whole, so the fucking chick's foot gets stuck, and the Shaggy fucking munches on her and everything, and then there's this whole scene after where they're just like, well, there was nothing we could do, her leg got stuck and the monster got her, and and then the broad the dude's girlfriend just flips out and starts wigging out, and the little micro mini midget fucking slaps dude's girlfriend right in front of him, and he's just like, no, hey. You slapped my girl. If I had a girlfriend and you slapped her in front of me, you.
Oh, dude, you would be without testicles. You would be sans testicle if you slapped my girlfriend in front of me. I would literally crush your nut. I would literally reach over and just crush your nut.
Yeah, that's the difference between hipsters and fucking Benedicts or Beatniks or Beatniks. What am I saying? Beatniks. Benedicts. Friend with the Benedicts. But yeah, so after that fucking chick gets slapped, she kind of wigs out and runs upstairs like a little fucking kid and everything. And so they decide to set up a trap with the dude's leg that they found.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, then the next scene is like, hey, you got a bear trap? And the guy's like, no, I have a wolf trap. So they set this chunk of meat that they want you to think is off.
And when you learn at the end of this movie makes this scene all the more fucked up.
Yeah. So
think about what they're doing here.
They set this
and
they set this meat on this trap, and they're thinking this big ass beast is these traps only work right if you fucking step down on them. Correct? You're not gonna.
Yes.
This beast has hands. It's not gonna fucking go face first or leg first into this piece of meat. He's not gonna step on it first to make sure that he can fucking eat it. It's a piece of meat. He's gonna go up to it. He's gonna pick it up.
Right. Exactly.
I've seen a raccoon walk up and take a whole stupid shit and walk off on 2 feet.
Exactly.
So, the fucking planning of that trap was just clearly I knew right then and there that these guys were like.
I just got your first puzzle. Can you figure this out? It just now hit me. Oh my god, that image struck me in the forehead. You're horrible. You're absolutely horrible.
So then,
sorry, folks. I'm a little delayed tonight.
Yeah. So after that whole scene, the professor comes in all fucked, like he got beat up and shit, and he's
Conchied out by the damn
yeah,
Death
he got
Squad.
conchied by fucking Dave Jackson and the Shag Squatch. And he's fucking like laying there, fucking like, oh, and they're like, oh my god, let's help him. And the fucking Fancy Boots is like, I know what he needs, and just fucking grabs this fucking jug of liquor and fucking throws it over there, Jim Leahy style, and fucking like saves his day. Like,
The way of the road, bubs.
yeah, it's the fucking way of the road. And so he chugs away and fucking comes up and starts telling his fucking story how he saw the Shag Squatch and it was looking at him and blah 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 blah. And
Oh my god, it was horrible.
This is where, right at this moment, right when he starts telling you what he saw, basically just sit back and kind of just really just pay attention, because everyone at this moment is like, I think this motherfucker's trying to outact me in their head. And like, because there's like 4 or 5 people in this next scene, and like each one of them, you can tell in their fucking head that they are like, I think this son of a bitch just tried to outact me in this movie. And so
He tried to upstage me. How dare you?
person is trying to overact the next person, and it just is just
To
like,
be or not to be.
yeah, one dude
That
literally does that.
is the
Basically.
question.
Like, it was crazy. Like, that whole fucking scene was just like, oh shit. That shit was some fucking nutso shit. Yeah, so then fucking, yeah, all that fucking overacting fun, happens. And then, so the broad, she goes off, like, that redhead, she saw it, I don't know, whatever her fucking name is, Barb. So the fucking...
They're always named Barb.
They're always named Barb. So fucking, what's it called? So the brunette chick goes out looking, and she goes into that barn grow house fucking death trap.
Whatever.
And she walks in, and she sees this body on the ground, and there's another body over here, and she kind of pulls the fucking blanket over and sees that it's the hunter dude, that the leg was chopped off, and you're like, wait a second.
Right. Wait a second. There's dead people. Why are they keeping dead people in the... Oh.
Yeah.
It's sort of like green.
Yeah,
And Chief Lightfeather is in the middle of it.
So she found that dude's body. She freaks out, laughing fucking crow. Like, this is the next scene, right? So she freaks out. She, like, I think she gets hit on the head or something or whatever. She passes out. The next scene is that fucking freak fucking laughing crow all in your face, like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, coming out of that closet? Coming out of the cupboard.
No, this was the scene where everybody's just laying around, everyone's in the room standing around her, and she's like laying in the bed like she's about to wake up, and they got Laughing Crow of all fucking people all up in her fucking grill like, wake up! Like fucking, so
the dog animal.
yeah, so the chick fucking instantly starts flipping out on the dude, and like she like stomps off or whatever. So because this argument started out, their argument was they were gonna tie Barb's body to a tree and use her as bait since the leg didn't work. So what do? They take old Barb.
And again, knowing what you know at the end of the movie, that's really fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It makes it even more kind of depraved as to what the hell they're doing, but okay.
So they're
gonna tie old Barb up.
Yeah, Barb's
tree.
tied to a tree, right? Because they dragged her out.
They're passing out the guns.
And then this is funny because they fucking take this rope out and they put on what looks like a giant fish bobber on the string. It was just this white and red ball that dude hangs up on the fucking string. So I'm thinking it's a fish bobber. You know, like, that they're trying to catch this fucking Yeti shag squatch. So that shit was fucking comedy. So then the next thing is the professor tells the plan to everybody. And then as he's telling the plan, that little broad that was against all of this, and you're using my friend Barb as bait. You know, she comes out. And
Come on, Barb.
She's
Barb
like,
won't mind.
Nobody's taking pictures, and only me. I'm the one with the camera. You know, she's like, you guys need me. So then she thought she was tough bitch. You know, did I do that to everybody? Google hairy tongue.
No, don't do that.
Google hairy
Don't do
tongue,
that.
everybody.
Don't do that. Trust me.
From
You've
your
been
old pal
warned.
Wes.
You've been warned. Don't
Hairy
do it.
tongue. It exists.
I'm sure it does. Don't do it.
Yoo-hoo! Yeah, so then fucking they all get ready. They're ready for killing this motherfucker. Like, yeah, it's gonna happen. You start hearing the heartbeats and shit. And then there's like this like really like random scene where like the fucking Yeti shag squatch is supposed to be coming into the area where the fucking bobber's hanging up. And he comes in there and the fucking bobber starts shaking. And then there's like literally like a 1 second scene of a hand coming out with a fucking hand buzzer going boo, and then fucking it cuts back to the fucking scene. I had to watch it 2 or 3 times and be like, okay, well, did I really just see that? Who had their hand on the buzzer? I don't know. But so the fucking next thing you know, the Shag Yeti comes and attacks and everything. And so the chick, I think, is the one that runs up and she finds that the Laughing Crow is the one playing the fucking heartbeat, you know, on a fucking speaker. Yeah. So
You're gonna let me go
well, I can't go over it. But
sure you can.
That's
the whole purpose of it.
What's it called? The Laughing Crow then like takes this body and like chops the fucking head off and puts the head in this like fucking pot and starts putting chopped onions and stuff like that in there and everything.
No,
And,
did you see what was in the pot?
Yeah, head.
Yeah, okay.
He
So
chopped the fucking head off.
I was like, dude, really? They didn't shave the eyebrows first? Like, you're gonna cook it with the eyebrows still on it? Yeah.
They want that crisp.
Mm-hmm.
Hairy tongue.
What do they call that? Crackling?
Crackling. Yeah, so fucking the professor and Lord Fancy Pants Boots or whatever, they talk about their plans to kill everybody and everything, and that's when the dude walks in. It's funny too, because the dude, like, when he shoots blanks, you know, like, he's finding out that he's shooting blanks out of the gun, and they're like, you think we'd give you a gun with, you know,
with real bullets?
Bullets and everything. So then, like, he gets knocked out in that scene, and then he, like, wakes up, and he gets out of the house, he sneaks out, he gets in the van, after knocking out the professor with a shovel, and fucking he gets in the van, he fucking hides because this train of cars comes because
the Lord Fancy Pants gets on the phone and starts, breakfast will be served. Please let members 1, 6, 9, 31, 64, 72, 86, and 103 know it will be ready shortly. Yeah. As though these motherfuckers are like hanging out, waiting in the winds for dinner to be served. Well, it's breakfast time.
Yeah.
So he's hiding out from this barrage of friggin' hearse limo. It was a cemetery.
Yeah, it was a
limo.
it was a crazy group of cars. But so, like, after that drives away, he runs over, he gets back in the van. The van's stuck, and so he can't get out. So he grabs his shit and he runs off. And then it's like, this is where you're like, damn, that was a fucking intense scene, and you felt his like fear, like fuck, these people are gonna eat us and everything. And then the very next scene is his girlfriend waking up in bed, still at this house of these cannibals.
right. His girl
totally just ditched his girl.
Yeah,
so it's totally like, fuck you, bitch, I'm out.
I'm out. I got free.
Oh, let's figure that one out.
Give me 20 minutes. It'll actually register that I saw it.
So, so she wakes up and fucking basically to the Shag Yeti and fucking sees that she was in bed with a fucking body and shit. And like they had like her laying on someone's dead body and shit. And then fucking the next scene, she's like hiding in fucking some room, and she opens up a cabinet, and the fucking laughing crow is
crazy
like
ass Indian
painted as a zombie with a crack down his face. He's got like an axe or a hatchet, and he's just like, man, he's trying to come out of the cabinet, and fucking come after her. So then fucking the chick just dies. Like she just like dies from like fear and like just scared to death.
Without being touched, she just scared to death.
Yeah. So then those dudes toast each other. The Fancy Boots and Professor Dick Nose like sit there and they fucking toast each other. No, you did it. You were the one, no, you did it. You were the one. Like they have that whole fucking little scene.
She was still moving when you had her. Oh, but just residuals. Yeah,
so the fucking dude that left his chick finds a cop on his way out. Like he's like close to town. He finds a cop. He fucking gets the cop. He tells the cop what's going on.
And the first thing I think of is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. That's what I did too.
First
I said,
you don't go, my head. I was like,
you go to
don't
the
go
next
to the
town,
cop.
Idiot.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of the train.
Go to that town.
Get a couple of towns away, and then you talk to the cop.
You get the protection of a random group that doesn't have no fucking shadiness with the fucking motherfuckers that you're at. So then
let's go back and see if we can investigate this for you. No, no, I ain't going back there, dude. No, take me to the station. Y'all can go investigate that shit. I ain't going back there, man. Take me to the station.
They're all dead. There's only killers back there. You don't need me. Yeah, but so fucking the cars that fucking he was running away from arrived. So that the timing just didn't make sense in that part. Because they should have arrived way before the dude found the cop. But so the cars are pulling up to this fucking house, and you find out that it's like this like cult ritual of like all these different like nationalities of people and shit that are coming to fucking eat this fucking.
They get on the phone with Dick Tucker.
Yeah, they fucking get on the radio, the CB or whatever the fuck.
That was CH1 6942 Portland 199 6Q9.
The same devil that they're worshiping. Yeah, so then so they have that whole scene where they radio in and they're like, are you gonna eat someone over there? Yes, we're gonna eat someone over here too. It went great. Only one fucking problem, we gotta kill this other guy. So it looks like we get dessert. Yay!
Yay!
So they fucking the guy fucking gets there with the cop, and then fucking there's that whole scene where the cop's like, I'm in on it, motherfucker, and I get to eat your nuts.
Your nuts, your necks, bitches. Your testicles on my plate.
Yeah. And then so fucking there's a scene where the dude like fucking's like, no, fuck this, I'm out of here again. And he starts running away, and everybody chases him with their dinner forks. And they start stabbing this motherfucker. And then so the dude wakes up from that, and he's got his jacket on again, they fixed the wounds for him. All right, and then fucking the next scene after that is like, you thought this guy got stabbed to death, but he obviously got fucking cleaned up for dinner because he gets put up in front of the line, and the fucking big ass fucking zombie fucking Indian fucking whatever his fucking laughing cock fucking he goes, white meat or dark meat, Mr. fucking whatever, you know, and fucking that's the credits. Like,
Yeah.
like, and everybody's got these like weird fucking bloodshot blue eyes, like fucking like, woo, we ain't human.
Well, basically, they needed that last guy to be alive and take the Yeti story back to the people to continue it.
Which happened
and-
to that teacher.
Right, which is why he wasn't going to say anything about it all, because he ate people in that diner. So he doesn't want it to get out.
You see this, right?
Yeah, I got that one finally.
see that? And that?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was one of those kind of deals. The teacher had screwed him already by feeding him people, and he didn't want that to
Gave
get
him
out.
the old,
so gave him the old dare ripple. That's right. Well, I got to tell you, for 1974, it had it all. It had everything but nudity.
Everything,
just everything but the boobage.
Yeah,
a little bit of boobage would have been nice.
Boobs
but
to come out.
They just,
like 3 or 4 different scenes. You thought
they're
there
gonna
was
give
going
it
to
to
be a
us. Yeah,
movie.
they're gonna give it to us.
Suckers is
They're gonna give it to us. Yeah, nope, no boobage.
Nothing.
Outside of no
Sorry,
boobage,
fellas.
I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5 stars.
I give it a 2. It just because. Come on, man. At least staple the middle of the fucking shag carpet. I mean, you saw it open and saw like the guy's belt and stuff, like when it was running.
Well,
around.
once you figure out what happens at the end of it, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. That you know.
They probably had to rewrite the script because they couldn't get a good costume.
Yeah, let's actually make this fancy Lord Boots people that fucking eat them.
And for you conspiracy theorists people out there that Patterson faked it, that fun fur that you were looking at was the type of fun fur that was available in 74, let alone 67. So bump. That's gonna wrap it up.
But Patterson just glued hair onto his Aunt
That's right.
Debbie.
Right on Aunt Debbie. Yeah, she was willing to do it. It's gonna wrap it up for us for this edition of Bigfoot.
She was a
Entertainment
robust
Weekly.
woman.
Squatchers House podcast will be Thursday. Somebody tell Dave Jackson.
You got that, Dave? Someone tell Dave. Dave.
Thursday. Maybe 9-ish,
9
maybe
PM,
8-ish, 8 or
maybe
9 o'clock.
10,
We're not quite sure yet.
Maybe
But yeah,
9.
probably 8 o'clock Thursday. Dave Jackson, write that down. All right,
Write it
guys.
down, Dave.
Jim, we're going to be hanging out here after the show, so you know how to get a hold of me if you want to be a part of that. Get it out. Thanks for watching, everybody.
It's a $20 fee.
Yeah, we're going to
Ladies
start sending
get it
those
free.
bills out. First beard feel is free. Mustache rides are expensive. Thanks, everybody, for watching. May the Squatch be with you.
And they come with forest crabs.